Hey guys, Chief Fruity here, and this is the behind the scenes for drop number 14. So in this video I'm going to show you guys the sound design and some of my thought process while I was making drop number 14. So the first part is I'm going to play through this first little section of it, and then we'll get into it. So you may notice a little problem, and that is right here, the original recording I had right here that would be modulated by the Mode X here, vocoder, and vocoder bandwidth. I lost that recording, so it is no longer there, so I won't be able to show you guys this synth. I will show you how I made the synth, but I won't be able to show you the exact one. So that's pretty much the only downside here, but I can go into everything else. And the reason everything is offset that tiny bit is the whole thing is, and the reason the whole thing is because of this crash right here. So let's put this all on a little bit better, and then let's get into this. So I'm going to start off with this bass right here. This is just some FM synthesis. So how I made this was inside of Citrus. So first, so for making these FM synthesis, you basically, it's just like, you can take it off track 20 and you just need the Citrus. That's what's so cool about FM synthesis, is that it just needs itself. Like, it doesn't really need much of a modulator other than just filter cutoff right here. So I'm going to show you guys how I made this and all the settings inside of Citrus. So the first thing is in operator 1, I have a mix between a saw and a triangle here. And the reason I have a mix is because, like, a full-on triangle would sound like this. And that sounds kind of weird with this particular bass. So when I mixed them, it really popped out the harmonics a lot more, and that's what I was looking for. So also on operator 1, I have it for a 3.0 for the frequency range instead of the normal 2.0, and I wanted to increase that a tiny bit just to make it a little more heard. It was more defined. It worked with everything else a lot better, especially for the context of this song. Operator 2 at the same waveform, and 2.0 for the frequency values, but there's a little different here in the frequency modulation, or the FM tab. I put operator 2 all the way up to 100%. And the reason I put it to 100% is operator 1 already goes through. Operator 2, you want that to go through as well, so I enabled that up to 200. So 100%. Operator 3, I have a triangle wave at 2.0 frequency, and it is engaged but less. Operator 4, 64.0 for the pitch frequency, and it is engaged about the same as operator 3. Operator 5 is 64.0 and engaged less. I'm not using operator 6 for this bass. It was not needed, just the first 5. And then I got it on filter cutoff with the operator 1 mode X. Just drop this down, and this mapping is engaging that this is 0% and this is 100%, as you can see here. Or rather that this is negative 100 and this is positive 100, and 0% would be right here, because polarities matter. So I put this onto track 20, where I added on some reverb, just a tiny bit, and an EQ here, removing the lows. The reason I want to remove the lows is to just do sub bass separately. It's easier to mix, and then you don't need all these tones in there, because otherwise it sounds like this. And then with the lows removed, it sounds like this. Sounds a lot more light in that I just mix the sub in separately. And I have the sub bass up right here, just doing its own thing right there. So that was the first FM synthesis. Here I have some chords. And here, this is modulating the phase of the chords. Let's go to the chords themselves. So, if we take off the phaser temporarily, it sounds like this. And these chords are pretty simple EDM chords. Nothing too complicated here. So the first thing I did is I dropped the pitch down an octave. But it probably would be better to leave the pitch normal. Drop it down here, so you can make sure that you get exactly 1 octave down. Because I didn't match to really make sure that it was an octave. But still, just doing this probably would be more accurate. So for operator 1, I did give it a little bit of an interesting waveform here. And the reason I did this is it's like a saw triangle mix again. It's a little different. Like, I changed some stuff in the OSC, and actually what I did was I took out this original one, because normally there's like 1 right there, but now when you add it back in, it freaks out. Let me get rid of these now, and get rid of this one. So that's the first wave here. I have it on 2.0 for the frequency values. Operator 2 is a full-on rectangle wave, and that is being modulated in a tiny bit. Operator 3 is this really interesting rectangle wave with some modifications. Operator 4 is this wave. I don't know what this would be called. And it's at 0.0001 for the frequency values, and it's engaged slightly. 5 and 6 are not being used. So for those of you who are wondering how to get these wavetables, you can just go into the presets here. Maybe just take something like this, and then you go to operator 6, you can drag it in, and then you get the wavetable. So that's how I got all these wavetables. It's dragging some different stuff, or maybe like some kicks or something. If we put that in here, looks like this. Then if we use 5, it would come into the play of the sound. So that's how you can put waves in here, and that gives Citrus kind of a quality like Serum. So Citrus can do kind of some stuff like Serum. It's closer to Serum than Harmor. So yeah, so that's what's going on in the plugin. And I ran it through this EQ, boost some highs, ran it through a wave shaper to give it some distortion. This as opposed to this, boosted it a little bit. Gave it some reverb, quite a bit of reverb actually, and then this phaser. And then this is the depth amount of the phasers being modulated. So that's what I have for the chords. And then that's pretty much it. Here's a little chord layer for the chords. Just a pretty basic resynth I did, or no, synth I got in Harmor. So basically, you just lower pitch, add a tiny bit of unison, and the wave should look like this. And I put this on to track 12, added some reverb, and that's playing along with the chords. So yeah, let me play through this again one more time. So I'm not going to go into the drums or cymbals, because those are basically, I did those the same as every other drop. You can go watch more drops. In the description below there'll be some links to the playlist where there's all the behind the scenes of these drops. And that's pretty much all I did here. Except for this synth. Like I was saying, I was going to show you guys how I made. So this synth, I just took a sample of my voice, I pitched down really low, and I added it onto this vocoder track, where I ran it through a Vocodex. Now I did not put a carrier onto this. That would be vocoding. This is actually something a little bit different, where I just ran the straight up vocal sample directly through a Vocodex, and it was at a super low pitch, and then I just modulated some stuff in the Vocodex, and that was entirely it. So not too complicated there. So that's really it for drop number 14. I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, bye.